Yo, what is good? It's your boy Ashy, and been a couple weeks since I haven't posted anything on this YouTube channel. I've been a bit busy because like ever since Melty Blood Type Lumina dropped, I've just been addicted to playing the game. It's a really great game, but for this video, I'm really gonna go over my quick thoughts on the game since it's been out for a couple weeks now from the time I'm recording this video, which is October 18th. But yeah, let's like jump right into it. Now, my opinion on Melty Blood Type Lumina so far, ever since the first drop, I gotta say this game is addicting as hell to play. The movement of the characters, the supers, the arc drives, the new shield mechanic, like, and the rollback, I think it all like ties in well to make this game like really damn fun to play compared to other fighters that are like released recently for me, which is it's hard to say because I haven't like been like too entertained in a fighting game, well at least a recent one that like dropped this much as I have Melty Blood. It might be because of personal bias, because I'm a massive Natsu versus Tsukihime fan. But yeah, for the most part, this game is really damn fun to play. Also, match footage that I'm showing off. This isn't mine. Unfortunately, I couldn't record any match footage just to give to you guys. So I'm just gonna use a link in the description to the channel that I use for the matches. And but right now I'm gonna talk about my full opinion on Melty. So I think the game is really damn good so far and has a lot of potential in FGC. Now, why do I say that? Well, the game has a lot of great starting points. The combat, like for a beginner, it's really straightforward. Nothing you need to like over remember or do anything. The new move mechanic is really damn fun. I really like it a lot. The movement in this game in general just feels absolutely fantastic. Like, I really appreciate them keeping the old Melty movement. But the thing is that they made it like, it feels like the movement's even faster compared to like any other Melty game I played, which is Akadenza and AACC. So like, I really appreciate them for doing that, since Melty movement has been my favorite aspect of like playing any Melty Blood game. But I'm gonna go over the positives, like a bunch of positives. Like, for example, the combat for this game is really damn fun. I really appreciate the devs for keeping a lot of the old moveset for a lot of characters mostly the same while just redefining them or making them better or for worse. Like, they didn't even have to do that. A lot of recent fighting games would just like love to change up absolutely everything that made a fighting game so special, or it made that specific fighting game special. Like Mortal Kombat does that all the time. We have to change up or like force like a couple of changes to it. But I really appreciate the devs for just deciding to keep it like Melty while also like defining some other mechanics. Now, as much as I say this game does feel like Melty, which I called it in my other video, I will say that it's still Melty, but it does its own thing. I'd say it's more of a mixture between Under Night In-Birth and Denki Bunka, which it's a mixture between Melty, Under Night In-Birth, and Denki Bunka. Like, it genuinely feels like all of French Bread's like other fighting games combined into one big package. Like, you could really feel it in the movement, the style, the combat, like everything. And I really appreciate that, since I really like I'm pretty much a big French Bread fan. I'm pretty much like a big French Bread fan, and I really like a lot of their games that they put out. The only reason I like prevent myself from really playing like them like too often is because a lot of the net code for a lot of them is really bad, which you don't really have to worry about this game when it comes to, well, for the most part, because this game implements rollback, which for French Bread, first time doing rollback, I gotta say it's really like impressive. It's not absolutely perfect, but you'll get a few stutters there, and then there's that glitch with you can't skip opening cutscenes and whatnot. But other than that, the rollback is not so bad for like a first attempt in rollback. So good on French Bread for that. And what else? Oh, the color customizations is really good too. I really like that. not the absolute best, and it could be like worked on, but other than that, I really liked it. Now I have to get to the critiques or things I don't really like about this game, which is not really saying much since I only really have one problem with this game, and that's pretty much it for me. The new shield mechanic, I'm a bit iffy on it personally. It's not like completely awful or anything. It's just like I feel like it needs like way more work. Cause like it's pretty like when you're playing the game and you shield, it's pretty much a rock paper scissors situation. Like most of the time when you shield and then like someone hits your shield, like you just pretty much have to guess what your opponent's gonna do, which I don't really like personally like that. I mean, it'll take some time to get used to, but I will say that as of now, I really don't like the mechanic and think it can be worked on a bit, because the fact that like it just goes RPS to RPS to RPS, just not for me. But I will say that I do like the new mechanics that it added to Shield compared to the old Shield for other Melty Blood games. I just think it needs a bit more work, work on it a bit more, and probably add some more drawbacks to the actual mechanic itself. Because if you do that, then I think like the shield mechanic can work really well. I genuinely, okay, and another thing, one more thing I really want this game to do, because I really feel like if they do this, it can take off. Release as many patches as you need to make sure that the game runs perfectly fine. And hopefully, I hope they do DLC, because I really want Eltnum. I really want Eltnum, Lynn, and even Narrow back. I know they probably won't, because this is French Bread, and French Bread rarely, if ever, does DLC. But I really want them to do it, because it can keep the game alive, because I feel like, because the game roster isn't like too amazing or too big, so it could easily like just die off in a couple of months because of that, if the devs don't keep supporting it. So I really hope they at least attempt to do like some form of DLC. That would be really damn cool. But other than that, what other like thoughts I have on Melty? I think you should buy it. It's on PS4, Switch, and PC. But Melty Blood Type Lumina. I feel like I will keep playing the game, definitely. This game does mean a lot to me, especially as a Tsukihime fan who has to wait so long for for Type Moon to even like remotely care. So like the fact that like they actually did this is just like amazing to me to think about. I really hope Type Lumina goes far enough, Juicy, and hope people don't really drop in the first couple of months like some people has with Guilty Gear Strive, which it probably will happen. But I'll keep it around, because no matter what, I'll always love the Melty Blood and Tsukihime series. So please, French Beck, can you put it? Can you put in Eltnum? Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. But other than that, guys, I'm just rambling at this point about my thoughts on it, and I'll catch you guys later. Yeah.